what the fuck is up? So I'm back from good old vacay. It's never long enough, but I get to go back next weekend, help my dad. But man, do we have to talk about something? How do I say it? 5G is riddled in Ocean City. I mean, riddled, dude. To the point where what I noticed was I posted a picture of one of the cylindrical towers, whatever you want to call it. And those are I mean, it pisses me off to the point where it's just like, you know what? They're doing this shit on purpose, and it's obvious, man. I mean, those towers are right on the boardwalk. I mean, I can literally walk up to it and sit on the base of it. Like, I mean, it's not hidden. It's not behind a cage with a warning saying, hey, this isn't, don't get too close to it because of high voltage or whatever it is, or high radiation. And then, I mean, from what I understand is, like I said, I think I've said it before, they have those LED lights that are real flat, and then it's got that antenna that comes out the top of it. Every electric pole, because if you've been to Ocean City, it's a straight shot, 150 streets of Ocean City, and then you start to get into, Rehoboth and whatever. I think that's what it is. Every electrical, every electric pole. And there's 1, 2, maybe like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 on one block, I guess. And each one of them has an LED light with a big old antenna coming out the top of it. And that right there tells me that, I don't want to be right, and I'm not trying to gain brownie points for saying it, but mark my words, when the second wave comes around, Ocean City is going to get knocked the hell in. They're everywhere, dude. Everywhere. And it's fucking terrifying. Because they're everywhere, man. I literally was looking at hotels, and some of the hotels, I don't know if it's gonna make any sense, but some of the top floor, their roof, I don't know what the best way to explain this. Long story short, how some hotels, the last floor, you can come out in the balcony, but that's about it. With this hotel, it was almost like if you had a ladder on your balcony, you could get onto the roof. But you wouldn't want to, because the minute you walk out of that balcony, and if you were to, go to the railing, turn around and look up, right above you is multiple, I don't even know what they're called, boxes, or I don't know if node is the right word, or antenna, or whatever you want to call it. You get what I'm saying? And just imagine the type of shit that these people are like, headaches and whatever else they're going through, if they have that that room, or even 2 or 3 rooms down, both ways. It was that close, man. And they have never been like that in Ocean City. But it's just funny, you know, like always, money talks. And, you know, I mean, the logic is the most dumb crap I've ever heard in my life. Oh, hey, you want to go to the boardwalk? Oh, that's fine. You don't need a mask. Go ahead, that's fine. Do whatever you need. Oh, but if you go into a restaurant, you got to wear your mask in until you sit down, and then you can take your mask off. Huh? Come again? I got to wear my mask when I walk in, but then when I sit down, I can take it off? Okay, and how does that make sense? I can understand maybe if each seat or each booth or whatever was a box, airtight, air sealed, so that when you got in there, you could take the mask off and breathe freely and not worry about getting someone sick, which we all know is a bunch of BS anyway. But they're literally doing that, and I don't know. I'm to the point where I want to start calling people out. Like, look, does this make any sense to you? How is this safety? How is this safety? Because it's not. It's stupidity, and the people who are implementing these laws are dying laughing all the way to your grave. Why? Because people are dying left and right because of this shit. They're passing out, hitting their heads, you know, bacterial infections in the lungs. It's just a sad, sad time right now, man. I mean, some of the places, I mean, I was happy for it, but like some of the places, we went to this place called Alley Oops, and they were really lenient. There's a lot of younger kids there working, so I think that they just kind of blew it off. They weren't trying to be, you know, stern with anybody. They were just trying to work and get out of there or whatever. And, you know, doors are wide open to the place. You know, everyone's walking around without a mask. Cool, no big deal. You know, that's how it should be. You know, if there's a so-called deadly virus out there, which we know is not true now, if we want to take that risk, we're going to take that risk. If I know that if I sign up to jump out of an airplane, that it's a low probability, but there's still the chance of me jumping out of that plane, reaching for my parachute, and it doesn't work, or it tangles up, or anything. I pass out in the sky and I'm heading right for the ground for death. Anything can happen, but you're taking that risk. Why? Because you want to do whatever it is you want to do. Just like if I want to go back to work or go out to eat, and if I don't want to protect myself, then it's on me. And they know that a lot of people are like that, but where they double down with the bullshit is, don't say that. That's ignorant. That's so selfish, and you're so ignorant and selfish because you should be worrying about the elderly and the younger kids who you might get sick. Do you want to have that on that death on your conscience? Like, fuck out of here, man. I'm just, it is just beyond me, man. You know, the fact that there is video out there of this, maybe not directly the CDC, I don't know who spokeswoman was, but they came out and said it is not going to do anything. It's not going to help you. It's going to hurt you. You're not going to be able to breathe. You're going to be breathing in your own toxic air, whatever you want to call it. You're going to get headaches. You might get viral infection because you're breathing in your own bacteria again. I mean, do you ever wonder why, no matter if you have the freshest of breath or whatever the case is, after you wear that thing for a day or two and then you put it back on, it has a certain smell. It doesn't smell like it did. You ever wonder why that's like that? It's because you're breathing in it, and it's not just air. But people don't get it, and I don't get it either, because this shit's ridiculous. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous now that they're openly saying that it doesn't work. The CDC, which is the people that we're supposed to be paying attention to, and it's still mandatory. So what that tells you is that obviously they will dress up the CDC and the WHO to make it look like they're making decisions, but ultimately they're not making any decisions. They're just a spokesperson for that decision to be made. And somebody else out there with a lot of money or a lot of control or both or whatever is the one implementing that, saying that it's mandatory. And I don't know. The problem with this world is that nobody wants to stand up for themselves. It's always, cower down. And I get it. You know, I don't want to have to go to the grocery store and get bitched at or get kicked out or not be able to get my stuff. So, yes, I'll put the fucking mask on. But that's all. And half the time, I'll put it on and I leave my nose uncovered so I can breathe. You know, nobody says anything to me, and I still am able to get my groceries. And I know somebody out there is going to be like, oh, you call yourself I don't call myself anything. Everyone else calls me that. But, oh, you're woke. You shouldn't be abiding by those rules. It's wrong. Whatever. Yeah, you know what? I get it. But my whole thing is this: if I get pulled over and it just so happens that maybe that cop's not having a good night, or maybe I was speeding and I pissed him off, or whatever the case is, I'm going to comply, alright, so that I don't lose my motherfucking life, alright? And I know everyone's going to be like, oh, you're a pussy, blah, blah, stand up for what's right. Yeah, you know what? I'm totally for that. But you mean to tell me if I come up to you today and say, hey, at 5 p.m. tonight, you're going to get pulled over, and that cop is going to shoot you, and he's going to kill you, alright? You can pick this pill in my left hand, and you'll live, or you can pick this other one, and you can get the stepping onto good old heaven, like everyone says. Anyone's gonna pick life. Anyone is. I get it. We need to stand up. Yes, we do. But we need to also pick and choose when to stand up and when not to stand up, because we can't keep a movement going if we're all dead, you know. And that's just logical thinking. I mean, call me wrong if you want. That's fine. You stand up to that cop who's angry and is threatening to blow your fucking head off, or put 5 shots, 10 shots into your chest so that you're no longer living. So what did your movement do then? You know, and I don't know. It's another thing if, you know, I don't know, just like hypothetically speaking, if I came up to you and said, hey, you're going to have to make a choice real quick, and you got to pick one. You know, either, I don't know, whatever, it's irrelevant, you know, but, you know, if it was, you know, if you die, we save humanity, okay, well, you know, humanity saved, you know, unless you're going to be selfish and do it that way. Not to say that it would ever come down to that. I'm just being stupid. Like, I'm just I don't know, trying to paint a picture, I guess. But it's riddled in, that shit's riddled in Ocean City. People are going to get sick. People are going to be so terribly sick, and they're not going to know what's happening. You know, and the problem is for the people who talk about, oh, we'll just burn them down. Well, they're metal. You know, unless you have thermite on hand, which no one does. You're not going to be able to do anything to it. Yeah, you can throw gasoline on it if you want, but it's not really going to do nothing. I don't know, man. It's just one of those things, you know. I think the best idea would be to figure out who has put those up and knows all about them and how they work, and get that guy on our team, and then we can just take them out that way, you know. But you also got to remember, they know that I'm thinking this, or that somebody else is thinking this. They already planned ahead of that. People don't want to believe that, but it's true. They planned way ahead. Why? Because then, you know, if we figure something out, you know, and think that we got them, or we know what we're talking about, they're already a step ahead, wanting you to stay where you're at, so that you think you're ahead, but really they've done this. But that's all. I just wanted to come on here real quick and just let you know how devastating Ocean City is, and I'm sure it's coming to a city near you. But I hope y'all have had a good week while I've been gone, and looking forward to y'all's comments. Talk to y'all soon.